You're not overthinking. You're just seeing things the way they actually are. And the problem isn't that you're thinking too much. It's that what you're noticing doesn't match what you hoped was true. At some point, someone told you that you think too much, that you read too deeply into things, that you make things more complicated than they need to be. And slowly, you believed it, so you adjusted. You stopped saying what you noticed. You stopped trusting your first instinct. You started second-guessing everything. Not because you were wrong, but because you didn't want to be too much. But here's the truth. You're not creating problems. You're noticing patterns. Subtle ones, small ones, the kind most people ignore. The way someone's tone changes, the way their attention shifts, the way their words don't fully match their actions. That's not overthinking. That's awareness. The exhausting part isn't the noticing. It's the pretending you didn't notice. You see something, but then you tell yourself, it's nothing. You feel something, but then you say, I'm overthinking. And that constant denial is what drains you. There are two versions of you. One that sees clearly, and one that tries to ignore it. And they don't agree. That's why you feel stuck. Because if you admit what you're seeing, something has to change. Maybe the relationship, maybe the situation, maybe your expectations. And that's not easy. So instead, you stay in the loop. You notice something. You question it. You doubt yourself. Then you notice it again. And the cycle repeats. From the outside, it looks like overthinking. Because your mind doesn't stop. But your mind isn't creating noise. It's trying to process something real. Overthinking creates problems that aren't there. But what you're doing is trying to understand problems that are. That's the difference. Not everyone pays attention the way you do. Some people avoid. Some people ignore. Some people choose comfort over truth. So when you notice something, it feels like you're the only one. And that's the hard part. Not the thinking. The feeling that you're alone in what you see. Because no one else is saying it. That there comes a moment when something shifts. You stop asking, am I overthinking? And start asking, why does this feel wrong? That question is where clarity begins. You start trusting what you feel. Not perfectly, not immediately, but slowly. You stop dismissing your own awareness. Clarity doesn't make things easy. It makes things honest. You see people as they are. You see situations for what they are. And sometimes that truth is uncomfortable because you're not losing what was real. You're losing what you believed. And that can feel like grief, that something changes. You stop forcing things to make sense. You stop explaining away what doesn't feel right. You stop chasing clarity from people who avoid it. And slowly, your energy returns. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped fighting what you already know. You were never overthinking. You were noticing. You were paying attention. You were seeing what others didn't want to see. Some thoughts don't become clear until you sit with them long enough. And sometimes, writing is the only place you can be honest with yourself. If you need a place to start, there's something in the description. You're not overthinking. You're just finally seeing things clearly. And maybe that clarity is exactly what you needed.